Hey kids, JJD here with another CBN Quick Beer Review, Craft Beer Nation. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you about Ranger Creek's Texas Bourbon Barrel Russian Imperial Stout. Ranger Creek is a cool little brew distillery in San Antonio, Texas. They have a great little brewery, but they also make their own whiskeys, bourbons, and spirits. So they have access to a lot of barrels and a very cool Texas style barrel aging operation out back where they use converted 40-foot containers to age their spirits in barrels. So this is a big old RIS, weighs in at 13.3% ABV. Its primary cask is first fill Wild Turkey bourbon barrels, and the secondary cask is their own Ranger Creek's 36 small batch Texas bourbon. So they aged in both of those barrels. So let's see what we got going on here. The beer's SRM is 40, 75 IBUs, 27 on the brick scale. So whenever you can, drink proper. I'm not sure a mason glass would be my first choice for a Russian Imperial Stout, but it's the only Ranger Creek glass I have. So this thing has been out of the. That's really cool. It's been out of the cooler for an hour or so, so it's about 55 degrees right now, which to me is kind of optimal. It was neat. There was the viscosity of the thing is so high, as there was little bubbles rolling around on the top of the head, almost like snowballs. So this thing has. And I'm pouring it as gentle as I can, but in this glass, part of it's the shape of the glass, but I'm getting a fist and a half of nice kind of khaki colored head. The beer itself is jet black, Siberian crude. I can't see anything through that. I don't really get any hint of color, even held straight up to a bright light. It's basically opaque. And it's interesting. The head is kind of separating out. There's a level of coarser bubbles. The bottom's really fine, and then the top level is really fine, like almost like a root beer float or something. So the nose, oh wow, that smells delicious. The nose you get, the first thing I got was kind of toffee or caramel. Maybe like rum soaked raisins. I get raisins that are some kind of boozy raisins. I'm not getting much coffee. I'm getting booze, but it's really more with kind of the fruit. I'm not getting really hot bourbon notes. Maybe a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla, and that head continues to kind of collapse like that. That's a massive beer right there. It's definitely boozy. It's and it's kind of weird because it's not really that bourbony. I would expect with the amount of barrel time this is in that it would be really bourbony, but it's hot, but it's I would say the bourbon itself is actually a little bit subdued. So again, I kind of get that toffee up front, maybe like a little bit of vanilla and chocolate in the middle, and then the back finishes with a fair amount of nice roasty malt that you would expect, kind of charred malt roastiness that's typical for the style. Finishes pretty dry and finishes a little hot. So I would classify this beer as a sipper for sure. And even though it's at a good temperature now, I'm sure this thing will continue to evolve as it gets warmer and warmer. So I think this beer looks great. So it's I give it a 4.25 for appearance, for style. Nose is good, but not as I would have liked to smell a little more bourbon. So nose, I'd probably give it 3.75. Mouthfeel's great. It's big, oily on the front and kind of thick in the back of the mouthfeel with a nice kind of dry finish. So mouthfeel is 4. And taste I'd give it, also a 4. So I think this is a solid kind of 4.0 beer. Very, very good. It's somewhat limited, but it's still on the shelves here in Texas. So take a look for it, see what you can find. Ranger Creek's Small Batch Series, Texas Bourbon Barrel Aged Russian Imperial Stout, 13.3%. Peace out, kids.